Live streaming is on.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So on the candlesticks, you have the
All right.
wicks on the top and you have a wick on the bottom of each, and then you have the middle that's completely filled in. So, like, what differentiates the two?
Which one you talking about? You talking about these two right here?
Well, we can go for any of them. Like it's just you have the wicks at the bottom and a wick at the top, and then the it's completely so like what's happening in that candlestick itself.
You talking about this one right here?
Yeah, let's go with that one. So it has a little wick,
You know,
extremely small wick at the top, and then it gets big, and then it has the little wick at the bottom. Well, a longer wick at the bottom.
all right. So I see what you're saying now. So it's like, all right, let me do it like this. Let me take this off. So it's like this right here. This way it opened up. It. See my little cursor?
Mhm.
This way, this red one right here, it opened. This the highest it went. See that
Okay.
little wick right there? This the
Mhm.
highest it went. This the lowest of that candlestick. The lowest,
Ah,
you
okay.
know, and then it closed right here. So it's the open. That's the highest it went with that small wick,
Mhm.
and that's the lowest it dropped, and it closed right here. But
Got it.
in between, the candlestick to the right, this the highest it went. This the lowest it went, and then it closed. So it left a gap right here. Each candlestick got to get traded into fairly. So price has to offer, buyers into this little blue area to the candlestick to the left.
Mhm. Okay.
So, so boom. If it does that, that means it made this area efficient, but it didn't do that. So same thing right here. It's supposed to offer buyers into this whole red candlestick, but it didn't do that. To make it
Mhm.
efficient.
Mhm.
So that's what we call a gap. Gaps got to
Okay.
get filled in the future. It's like wind though. So we use those. Those are targets.
I see.
So eventually, you see how price just sold off. Let's see if
Mhm.
it can come back up and fill these two areas in the future. Because big money they wipe the board. See that? Look
It
at that.
sure did.
Crazy, huh?
It is very crazy. It filled it in and went up some more.
Yeah, way above it. So say for example, all right, let's talk about this then. Premium and discount. Do you know what that means?
I mean,
Like you
in
at a
the
re
natural
like you at a
world, yes.
store.
Mhm.
You know how they be like the housing market is at lowest, cheap prices right now.
Mhm.
Or, the housing market is in a premium right now. You know,
Mhm.
you don't be buying houses in a premium or, what I'm saying? You want to buy houses at cheap prices like that.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you see, let me just clean the chart up. So you see this area right here at the top left.
Mhm.
Say for example, that Birkin bed that you wanted, that red one, it was like 60K right here. All right. So you see how price just sold off?
Mhm.
It's dropping down to a what? To a cheaper what?
Discount.
To a cheaper price. Hmm.
Mhm.
So that's how you got to look at that. It's like supply and demand. You know, that purse, $1 million up here, but eventually, over the years, it's losing value.
Mhm.
You know, that bag getting messed up now. You know, but when it get down to a cheaper price, so say for example, you want to sell that bag to somebody, you just bought it to hold on to it because it was a designer bag and it's gonna hold its value.
Mhm.
So say you had it for like a whole year, and then you wanted to sell it. So and you sold it to one of your friends, for a higher price than what you bought it. That's the name of the game. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So it's like saying when prices in a premium, you want to look for a sale setup on a smaller time frame in this area,
Mm-hmm.
way up here, the highest point. You got to do surge. So you see my time frames at the top. It
Mm-hmm.
goes from the monthly all the way down to the 1 minute or the seconds. You want to do surgery. You trying to see where can you get in on this premium sale. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for the bar. When price dropped down to a discount, see how I made this blue box kind of small?
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to find that buy, that discount buy, because we snipers. We trying to get that elite entry.
Right.
Because I don't like being a drawdown. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that good entry. Like let
Mm-hmm.
me let me show you. Let me show you for example. You can let me click on it. All right. Let me just do it. He ain't gonna do it. So say for example, we bought right here. That's all we're doing. We selling at a high and we buying
Mm-hmm.
low. So when prices at a discount, eventually it's gonna go up to a higher premium. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like saying if you looking left, you see how you see we was at this high point up here. We looking left
Mm-hmm.
to get right. It's like we're predicting the future.
That
You
makes
see what I'm
sense.
saying?
That makes complete
So you
sense.
see, so you see where we came from, where the price stopped at up here.
That's crazy.
See that?
Yep.
Hmm? Where did they go to? You see where we came from?
Mm-hmm.
Prices at a discount down here. The house was like 20K right here, or $2,000. It was a tax lien property. You know, now, so say you bought that tax lien property for like 2,500, and you see where it went to. It went up to a higher what? To a
Price.
higher premium.
Yep. A premium.
So you
Yep.
paid 2,500 for that house. Now it's worth sold it for 100K. That's all profit. You bought it at a major discount. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when price get up to a higher premium, you want to look at sales set up on a smaller time frame, somewhere way up here. I'm gonna show you how to do surgery and all that. Somewhere way up there, we're trying to get the headshot entry to take price down to a cheaper price. Cause you remember what I was saying, like big money wipe the board.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I do.
They
Definitely do.
selling price down just to buy it back up.
And
For the
that's
people that
exactly
was
what
selling
happened.
up here, you know, they remember I was talking about they stop loss somewhere in that little red area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 90%. This is why 90% of traders lose. They don't know how to take profit or they're greedy. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So say for example, you sold up here, your sniper entry was up here, and then you looking left, and this was your target, your take profit area. See these lows over here to what's this below lows? Hmm.
You said what's the below lows?
You remember what I'm saying? Yeah, what's this below lows
Money.
or highs?
Money.
Yep. Yep. Money. Just keep it simple and say money.
Yeah.
So you got sniper entry over here for you. All right, so let me do it like this. All right, so prices at a premium, it was expensive. When prices at a premium, the algorithm is coded. It's gonna go down from. It's gonna come down. So it's like prices gonna coming from a discount, cheap
Mm-hmm.
prices. Eventually, it's gonna go up to become expensive. So when price get expensive, it's gonna drop down to a cheaper price. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you see where your entry is at.
Yep.
Your entry way up here. You have nothing to worry about. The only
Right.
thing you got to worry about is managing your trade as it's going down. As it's dropping like this, you got to know how to manage it. That's why
That
I be like, you
part.
got to know how to take that profit. Because, 90% of traders, they don't take their profit. That's why they lose. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you see, look, TP been smacked. Say, for example, you don't get out, though, and you know who we going up against.
Right.
You know, I was telling you, they're going to
Big
take price
money.
back up to your interest. And
There
you
it
got to think
is.
like they wipe the board. They selling it down just to buy it back up. So it's like they're
Mm-hmm.
making money both ways. You might be locked in on this one direction. You see what I'm saying? They making money both ways. Sell down just to buy it back up.
Mm-hmm. You right.
They play games. This the game. This the game that they playing. So when prices at a discount, it don't like being at cheap prices down here. Price gonna try his best to run away to a higher premium, and everybody trying to chase it, not knowing that
Mm-hmm.
prices in a premium eventually gonna drop back down to a discount. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Right.
like you want to follow. Now let me
Mm-mm-mm.
tell you this right here. Um,
I just
so
can
it's
see
like you
it
want
so
to
much
follow it.
clearer now.
You see what I'm saying? And am I talking too crazy? Is it
Oh
hard to
no, this is
understand?
very
Or
simplistic because I require elementary understanding or delivery, and this has been very, very understandable for me. Like seriously, I can
look
just
at,
totally see it much clearer.
because trading is simple. The way I teach it and break it down.
Mhm.
A lot of people make it harder to you can't comprehend what they saying.
Mhm.
Like you see how clean my charts is.
Mhm. Yep.
You could tell if somebody know how to trade if they know how to explain it like this and break it down what to look for. That means that trader has an edge. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now let me show you this right here. You see this whole area right here? I'm big on this right here. You see this whole area right here?
Mhm.
This is what you call accumulation. Like prices
Okay.
just going sideways, doing nothing. Like building up.
Ah, I
If you
see
know
it.
big
No.
money wipes the board, hmm, what'd you say?
No, I was saying I see it. I mean, I'm serious. I can just see it so much clearer. I see exactly what you're saying. It's just not much fluctuation. I mean, it's fluctuation, but it's not volatile like the high and the lows. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of
So
plays without a
so you
lot
see,
big movement.
yeah. So you see how it's just been going sideways this whole time. It's building up at a what? At a premium high in it.
Mhm.
So you have to sit on your hands. You got to figure out all accumulation is like a bunch of orders. Like big money has price stuck in this area, this whole blue box area. They trying to accumulate enough orders, like letting people, buyers and sellers get in this whole blue box, trapping people. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Once big money is satisfied of taking profit, like they enticing you to get in at this premium high. They enticing you to buy. They
Mhm.
enticing you to buy. They enticing you to buy. Once they take enough profit at this premium high, you remember I was telling you that they wipe the board.
Mhm.
Prices at a what? You see where we came from? What a book called that buying started from? Down here, this low. You see it? Bottom low,
I
bottom
do.
left.
I definitely do.
That Birkin bag, like, what I'm saying, 200K up here. Would you be willing to buy at this premium high?
Absolutely not. Not knowing that. Not
Nope. You
now
see?
knowing what I know.
Yeah. Here's another thing.
Now I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Prior to this
Not don't get me.
mentorship, I would have because I would have been scared. Like, oh my God, it's up here. Let me hurry up and get it because, yeah, I'm gonna be at. Prior to this call, I definitely would have. I would have been freaking out,
Okay.
thinking that it's
Now don't
not
get
gonna
me
go
wrong.
back.
You can still. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. You still can buy at a premium only if
Yeah.
the price action is telling you. Like if this whole accumulation, if price was accumulating to go higher, you can still buy it. Ride the trend. You see what I'm saying? The trend is your friend until it
Mhm.
reverses on you. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But here's the thing though, if price is in the premium, we're looking for a price to build up, like how it's building up. This trap
Mhm.
money in this box.
Mhm.
Once accumulation gets done, now big money is saying,
Exactly.
they're gonna drop price down to a cheap price.
Exactly.
They just getting you. They got you guessing in this area. They got you guessing. They got you guessing, getting on the wrong side of the move, and they starting to
Mhm.
take profit and take price down to a cheaper price to
Mhm.
repeat the cycle. You see what I'm saying?
I do. I definitely do.
Yeah, they just tank. They wait the board, and then
Sure
when
do.
price drop down to a cheaper price, they're gonna repeat the whole cycle. So it's like you see all these highs. Let me zoom in a
Mhm.
little bit. You see all these highs up here. What's this above highs
Money.
or lows?
Money either way.
Yep. So you see these. So if price is in the premium, it's attacking all the lows. It's attacking all the lows. You see what I'm saying? So you see
Mhm.
all these little short term highs. Top. See how they just left them?
I do.
They gonna come back and get that later in the future. So all the people that's selling at these highs. So you see how price just sold off, and when it came back to it,
Mhm.
it sold off again. It's a bunch of stop losses sit above that high. Remember I was telling you that
Yep, you
somewhere up
did.
here. Same thing right here. Everybody that's selling right here, they stop loss somewhere where these dollar signs at. You remember I was telling you, people don't know where to take their profit, and
Yep,
90%
you
of
did.
traders lose. They better take their profit because guess what? When big money drop price down to price, they gonna bring price back up to your entry. Let's see if they do it. It's like wind though. Let's see if they do it. So as price as it keep as it keep going lower and lower, they engineering a lot of liquidity, protect the stop losses, and they gonna come and get all this back because they wipe the board.
That is freaking nuts.
Once they satisfied taking enough profit at a discount, they gonna come back and get all this later. It's like wind though. So these are all targets when price attacks all the lows. These are all the targets to the upside. Once it's ready to turn around, see where it's going, see where it went to. See, remember
Mhm.
them
Went
dollar
right
signs I was telling
on
you
up
about?
there, right? You right. That's a great visual, by the way. Uh, very much so a great
That's how you
visual.
look at it.
Mhm.
Look at that. Where it went to. Huh? See that?
Great visual. You can see it
And wait, the
very.
board no.
It sure did.
They big money. They selling it down. All this price action trying to get you confused. Once it drop
Yep.
down to a discount to a cheaper price,
Mhm.
to a discount price, they gonna come back and get all that. All these people that think price going to Bitcoin going to zero, they gonna come and get all your money back. So all these people that when price is selling off, they have to take profit. If they don't, you know, that's their loss. Because
I can
we're going up
definitely
against people that
see.
have too much money. They can be in drawdown for like 10 years. We don't have that much capital, to do that.
Mhm.
We can't hold drawdown for 2 years or more. You know,
Which is another way to
these banks, these
think.
whales. Yeah, you gotta know who we're going up against. So take your profit,
Mhm.
and then look at it. It went all the way up to a higher what
Much higher premium.
So so you saying price is expensive right now?
Hmm.
So you saying the house that you wanted, that's like, six, seven, eight bedrooms, you know, you got, big pool in the back. So you saying that house like 3.5 million right now? You still want to buy it, or you gonna wait till the housing
Yeah.
market decline?
Yeah, I need to wait for
That's how
that
you
drop.
that's how you gotta use that. That's how you gotta approach price action in that way. You know what I'm saying?
I can see how you just have to watch it and make, I mean, you cannot sleep this.
Oh, now you can't get your. No, you had to sleep.
I mean, I know, but you know what I mean? Just have to really stay on it and pay attention.
Now this concept, what I'm showing you, it doesn't just apply for futures. I mean, crypto. It applies for all the markets.
Mhm.
All right, now check this one out. It's a meme coin. Do you trade meme coins?
I don't. I because I know those are
This concept
extremely
applies.
volatile, but now knowing what I'm learning, I'm gonna be dipping a lot of little places.
Oh yeah. Now you said volatile, so you don't like trading volatile pairs?
Oh no, I do. I just not without education. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, yeah, you need that volatility, especially if you're trying to, what I'm saying, make, your 2 to 500 or 1,000 every day.
Right.
You don't need those fast moving pairs.
True.
You need that volatility on your side. That's what you want to trade.
Hmm. So when you look at the map or the charts, do you typically like do you look at the minutes? Do you look at the like how do you typically look at it? When you like just say for instance it's a brand new day, you starting a chart. What's the first thing? I mean, like what time periods do you look at?
All right. For me, it'd be like the 4 hour. I
Mhm.
start on the 4 hour and I zoom it out. I'm trying to
Got you.
see where its price currently at with that premium and discount
I see what
to
you're
help
saying.
guide me.
That makes
So
sense.
say for example, prices like right here, and you see where it's currently at right now. Where you think price
Uh-huh.
currently at right now?
I can
See that?
definitely. And that's within 4 hours.
Yeah, this a 4 hour time frame,
Got it.
and then I'll drop down to the 1 hour. It should all line up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Price still what expensive, but every time frame has its own premium and discount. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you see how it's just going sideways. It's building up. It's
Mm-hmm.
building up for that big move. That's why I be like, you gotta sit on your hands and wait. This thing can still. You gotta sit on your hands and wait, or you know, you're gonna be trapped money stuck in the range.
Mm-hmm.
So, because what we're going up, so it's like, let these people that's guessing get trapped in the range, because we're waiting for
Right.
big money to show themselves. So all this blue box is accumulation. We
Mm-hmm.
letting price build up in the premium. It's building up for something. Is price building up? You got to ask yourself: is price building up to go down,
Right.
or is price building up to go higher, continue trending? Because you see these highs right here. What's this above highs or lows? Remember what we was talking about that?
1000%. That money that they're gonna
So
go,
you got to keep that
as
in
you say,
mind.
come back for. Mm-hmm.
Don't come back and get it. So we just letting it build up because we don't know what's gonna happen. It can either drop down to a discount. We want it to drop because it's expensive right now. Price
Mm-hmm.
is expensive. Let me zoom it out. Price is expensive right now. You know, you see where we bought up from. So we're trying to see what's gonna happen. So you letting it build up. Let the price action build up. Eventually, it's gonna expand or go lower. And we
Mm-hmm.
trying to catch that expansion every time.
I like that.
Same thing. I started up high. All the cryptos be looking alike. Uh, same thing. Like what we were just looking at. You see where it's at. Same thing. Price was at a discount down here. See how it was just building up.
Mm-hmm.
It accumulated.
Yep.
Depending on how long price accumulates, like go sideways like that. Let me go take one out. Depending on how long price accumulates like that,
Mm-hmm.
you got to let it build up, especially from a strong decline. How
Yes,
long
I
is this
see.
decline? Like this one right here. From a strong decline like this, you
A
know,
huge
you
one.
see where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was expensive. From a strong decline like that, price is going to eventually like accumulate. What I mean
Mm-hmm.
by that, like it's building back up for that big move. So just because price is at a discount don't mean you have to get in right away. If you get in right away, you can get trapped in the range. You
I
see what I'm
see.
saying? And it's just gonna
Mm-hmm.
play around with your emotions. So you gotta let it build up. You gotta let it build up. But once accumulation is done at this discount, then it's gonna start breaking out for that. You know what I'm saying? That big move. So you gotta
Mm-hmm.
be patient with these buys because we didn't. That was a strong move down. But
Yes, it was.
it's gonna take a while for it to build up. And then once accumulation is done, that's how we betting on this accumulation being done at a discount. Because if price is at a discount, we are expecting price to go higher. See what I'm saying? So we got
Mm-hmm.
to be patient.
I see.
So this what we trying to catch. We letting everybody get chopped up in the range. We trying to catch this because big money, they move price like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we trying to catch that expansion.
I
That's why I be like,
definitely
you got to
see.
sit on your hands. See that right there? Let me zoom
Mm-hmm.
it out. See that accumulation? Everybody getting trapped. They guessing. They guessing. We waiting for big money to show themselves. So once accumulation get done, we trying to catch this right here. Boom!
Mm-hmm.
This cash money right here.
That is, I just
Oh,
totally,
and then
totally see it.
oh yeah. Now it's gonna take time for you, seeing this. Well, you understand it right now, but
Mm-hmm.
when you have to, do like your charts, yeah. But depending on how long price accumulates, when accumulation gets done, that move gonna be explosive. And you see how it just
Mm-hmm.
shot up like that.
And
It
that's
just
where
depends
we
on how long
panic or
we
where we
can expect
have
a
like,
big
oh my
move.
goodness. Yep. When it shoots up, or at least the previous, I'm like, oh my gosh, it has shot up. Oh my goodness, I should have bought in at that time. You know what I mean? So that's, yes.
So even though okay, we caught this buy right here. What is the
Mm-hmm.
price action telling you? Because it did discount to a higher premium. But what is the price action telling you though?
Looks
Is
like
it
it's
accumulating,
accumulating again.
continue going higher?
Just, right. That
So
is
you
the.
got to let it build up. You trying to rate this accumulation.
Mm-hmm.
Even though price can be in a premium, what type of accumulation is like it's like saying what is price building up for? To go up or
Right.
down? So you got to build up, and when it's done building up, you know we catching that move up or down. So that's why you got to be patient. You can't be quick to press that button, or you gonna get popped.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I
That's why
definitely see.
90% of trades lose.
Mm.
Yeah, that's just going sideways. It's building up for something. They
Mm-hmm.
probably got a higher objective for it. it's gonna drop down to a cheaper price. And then look at that. You
Mhm.
see how after a while they build up.
And then took
You got to
off.
see what kind of what type of accumulation that is. It building up to go higher or lower? You can just tell from the price action. Well, I can. After a while, I mean, building up like this. You remember how I was telling you that the low is gonna be explosive
Mhm.
coming out of this
You did.
accumulation, depending on how long it accumulated. Same thing again. So I'm waiting. So say you took profit on this green move, going up. Okay, let's see what's happening now. And you just see it playing around. You gotta be thinking in your mind. It's building up for something. Let's see. It's building up. It's building up. And we guessing on this accumulation. So as soon as it's about you think it's done, you gotta take a chance on it. Is the price
Mhm.
accumulating to go up or down?
Mhm.
So I just sit on my hands and I'm letting it build up. I know because I know what's going on behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but you see how explosive that was? It's going
Yes.
up to a higher what?
Premium.
That hey, your house is the house that you bought for like 2,500. That tax lien property, it's worth
Mhm.
3.5 million now.
Mhm.
You
Mm,
see what I'm
mm,
saying?
mm,
That's how
mm,
you gotta live a choice like that.
mm, mm, mm.
You see how I ain't talking crazy to you?
Mm-mm, not at all. They're totally comprehensible. Totally. It's just crazy. I can just
But
truly
so
see in
price tells a story.
simplicity. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, a lot of people make trading hard. It ain't hard. All we
And you
doing
said
is
this
we
is
buying
marginal
low.
trading.
We buying low. Yeah, that's margin. Margin.
Margin
You
trading.
know,
Okay.
on the broker, yeah, like
Mhm.
trading your personal money, personal
Mm,
capital.
mhm.
Yeah, we call that margin trading. On a
Okay.
forex broker, on a future broker, you gotta have like enough capital in your account to margin trade.
Got you.
These different assets like that. But price tells a story every day. You got to figure out what is price telling you. What is big money trying to do? You see what I'm saying? That's who we going up against. Big money. We're not doing this for fun. You know,
Right.
it's your job. We ain't doing this because it's a hobby. You know, it's your job to take money out of somebody else pockets. You see what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
ain't doing this shit for fun.
At all.
It's
Like.
your job to take their money and make they, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Wipe them clean. That's your job every day. So you see this eye right here on your chart.
Mhm.
Right now, your eye's being trained, but you've been exposed. You see how it's getting bigger.
Mhm.
You just been exposed to some powerful information. But in the future, once you master it, you're gonna be a walking ATM.
I
You see
love
right
it.
now.
I love
So you
it.
see how
And
the
I
eye just getting
believe it
bigger and
too.
bigger.
I really believe it. Yes.
You see how it's just getting real big.
Mhm.
You ain't gonna want to get up your charts tonight.
No, I can see that
You see what
now.
I'm
I'm glad
saying?
it's a weekend.
You're gonna start losing sleep.
Mhm. I know.
You know,
I am not you laughing
don't
exactly, because I'm telling you,
don't.
I really obsess with things, especially when I'm into it. So I know, and I'm just gonna want to learn and learn and learn and learn. And this is something. It's just like I'm looking at it as a business. I mean, you gonna gain, you gonna lose, but if
Mhm.
you get it, you got it. I mean, this is something that's
Yep.
not gonna go away. Like this is truly investing in yourself. And I mean, I'm just really, really thrilled, and this, like, I really appreciate the way that you've explained it because again, it was very simplistic for me to really get it. The visuals, top tier. I mean, it's been great.
Oh
Totally.
yeah. And not too many people can explain the edge to you like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? With confidence. And you
Right.
see, I don't have nothing crazy on my chart. It's just a couple boxes. But I don't. I
Mhm.
normally don't have nothing on my chart. It be naked like this. You see what I'm saying?
That's because you just know
It
how
be
to
it be
read.
naked just like that.
I can see.
Hmm.
I see.
It be naked just like that. But you do see that eye?
I
Just
do.
because you've been exposed to it like that, you know, don't go blind staring at the charts 20, put your time in, you know what I'm saying? Get them reps in. But don't go blind, you know, in one day. Don't go blind. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying?
got you. I got you.
But yeah, you
And
on
I'm
your
glad,
way.
and I'm glad you
You on
used
your way.
the trading view because that's what I'm definitely used, and even all the way down to how to use these little tools for the visuals.
Oh yeah. Cause oh yeah.
I've been watching all of it.
But this it don't matter what you trade. It don't matter what you trading. Everything move like how I've been showing you with this
Mhm.
premium and discount and what
Mhm.
type of accumulation you see on that smaller time frame. Uh, let's see which one. Let's go to the Nasdaq. Same thing. You want to store it up high, zoom out, try and see what price is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think price currently is?
It's done
Same
went up.
thing. What do you think price
Mm.
currently is?
Instead of premium at the
So
moment.
prices and the premium. What are we doing? We're looking for what on the smaller time frame.
Definitely looking for a discount.
Yep, we're looking for a sale to take price down to a discount.
Mhm.
You're right.
So how do you put money into this thing to be able to hit the sell and buy?
What's you got to have a broker in order to trade.
Mhm.
You talking about for like futures or
Yeah, for
forex?
like what we're doing. Yeah, well, for either. Well, I guess at this question for either one.
Yeah, you gotta have see this my futures broker right here, Trade Ovate. This my
Okay.
futures broker where I trade the Nasdaq at. And
Okay.
now if you want to do crypto, you can have it's a bunch of what I'm saying, forex brokers out there. Uh, I don't even know if you have one because you was telling about
Yeah, I've
Coinbase.
been just using the exchanges.
Oh, so you want to get into the margin trading of
Oh
you?
yeah. At this, yeah. After seeing what I'm seeing, so yeah, I just been buying strictly through the exchanges to get into the market and just hold. But now looking at this helped me to so that I can at least dibble, get get basically put my foot into it so that I can.
Get your feet wet. Yeah,
Hmm. So now I will need to put it in some type of account to see.
yeah. Now I'm
Mm,
finna show you all the. I'm finna show you some of the trades that I done. What today is Saturday. You know, these are some of the trades that I was showing you on the text message.
mhm.
So you see how I'm on the 1 minute. I started up high though. I'm gonna show you some of the plays that I still got on here. So you see what price bought up from way down there.
That is freaking crazy.
See this little area, this little blank area right here. You remember I was talking
Yes,
about that those gaps?
that's a
Prices,
huge.
I think it just gapped up like that quick.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, that's a gap. A big purchase order came into the market. Somebody just pressed buy and just shown and price way up there. That's a lot of money to move up there. You know,
Mhm.
we can't move price like that.
Right.
We cannot move price like that. So you see how price was just building up.
Mhm.
See how it's building up. It's accumulating. Is
Mhm.
price accumulating to go up or down? Let me go a little. It kind of look kind of crazy. I even need some. There we go. Why it's looking like that? you go. It look a little better. All right. Oh, okay, right here. So you see how? So say this is reaccumulation. See how it's just building up.
Mm-hmm.
Once accumulation got done, this is what we trying to
Started to
catch.
go up. Yep.
That expansion up, and I just let it build up because I don't like getting into accumulation. You just getting chopped up like it's going up, down. It's going
Right.
up, it's going down. You in the red, you in the negative, you in the green. I'm just sitting on my hands letting it build up. And when I think it's done, then I'm gonna take a chance on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
caught that trade right there.
And then it started
So that's
accumulating
all we're doing.
again.
Yeah, it was an explosive move up.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm.
trailed it like this trade right here. I trailed it like all the way. What I mean, let me just show you. Like I bought right here. See that black line?
Mm-hmm.
I went long right here. I had a tight stop loss. And then, I just rolled it up. I rolled
That's
it
what's
up.
up.
I rolled it up to about right here. And then price had stopped me out somehow. I trailed my stop loss.
You say you
You see what I'm
trail it?
saying? Yeah. So say my entry right here,
Mm-hmm.
where that black line at.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a stop loss. You know what I was telling you about the stop loss? Somewhere down here, somewhere below your entry.
Mm. Yeah.
You see this red box. My stop loss was like right there. Let me put the scope on now. Sniper entry right there. Stop loss right, right below the line, my entry
Mm-hmm.
line. So once he went in profit, I started trailing it.
Right. Okay.
I started trailing as it's going up in profit slowly, letting it run. So once I got about right here, it stopped me out. You see where that black line up there? That's a
Mm-hmm.
nice move. That's a nice leg up. That's all you need.
I know
So I
that's
took my
right.
profits. I'm out. But if I didn't trail it so far like that, look at this right here. It accumulated again.
Mm-hmm.
Once accumulation got done, see, it's another expansion. This happened over and over and over again.
Like genuinely.
So it's like you're trying to follow. You're just trying to follow big money. That's all we doing. No, I didn't catch this one. I missed this one, but I had drew it out.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice drop.
Yes, it was.
I'll show you what I did Friday. I mean, it be ping pong, up, down, premium discount. It's all
But
about
to
knowing
your
what
point,
price to
if you
accumulate.
plan it right, it's money instead of going in blind.
Let me take this off. This was Friday. That buy that I caught on Friday. It was on the 30-second chart. See that black line 30.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, overall it was in a premium. See this whole area right here, like it was just stuck. What is that?
It's a premium.
What do
But
we what do we call this little sideways movement?
say that.
Accumulation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it ain't going up, down. It's just stagnant, essentially. Then it dropped.
Mm-hmm. Accumulated to go down,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom. So it dropped down to a 1 minute discount. So I'm just reading price action, and then I did it again right here again. See how it just went sideways again.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought
That
it
is
dropped
so
down to a one
crazy.
minute discount. Price bought up. It went sideways. It's building up again. I'm letting it build up. I'm thinking it's building up to go higher. That's why I bought it at 21,387. Yep.
And it did just that. What you needed it to do.
Cause that expansion up. That thing just didn't buy up. It shot to the moon.
That is freaking dope.
Shot to the moon. But I got out, by right here though, because I
Yeah.
trailed it again and it stopped me out. You seen when I texted to you? It stopped me
Mm,
out like right here. But sniper entry was down here though. After I let it build up, my entry was right here. So this was a good trade. All I need is see my goal is to make at least 500 to 1,000 a day.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. I don't need to be greedy.
I mean, I
You always
understand because
want
too,
to.
you want that greed, especially when you know you had it and then you just lost it all. That got to feel like crap.
Oh yeah. So sniper
Now,
entry
see,
right
that's
there.
the
What?
beauty about crypto is that it go up and down all night. So, like just saying, if you wanted to just be played all night or a day, you can do it with crypto.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's 24
Like,
7.
yes,
But if I didn't trail it this far, you see how high it went.
yeah, I
From my
do.
entry. If I didn't trail it, this was money that I left on the table. Cause look at that, it just kept going out like damn.
But you said, like you said, you didn't want to be greedy because I mean, that was just that play. It could
Yep.
always go left very and
Mm-hmm.
very
The
quickly at that.
reverse. Yeah,
So when you
it can
say
reverse.
trail, that means you're just essentially watching it. Okay, dear. When you're trailing it,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
watching
trailing.
it
Yeah, while I
basically.
be driving. I be trading while I'm driving. Yeah,
So you
I'm
watching it while
trailing
you.
like man, like I'm securing the. Yeah, I'm trading while I drive my truck.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. When you say you're trailing, I'm saying you're basically like watching it as it moves.
yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, got it.
And all I'm banking on, I'm using premium and discount. And what
Mhm.
type of accumulation that is forming on that smaller time frame, like the 1 minute and on down.
Mhm. I
Even
got
though
you.
it can be in premium, it still can accumulate to go higher. You know what I'm saying? If it's
Mhm.
still trending, that's what you got to figure out on the smaller time frame. Get your, you always gonna get your entries on the 1 minute and on down. We're not entering on the daily or the 4 hour or the 1 hour. We
Okay.
can't see what's going on.
Right.
You got to do surgery. You got to find it. You got to
Facts.
find that sniper entry. Because I don't like being in drawdown. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. And you said
But that was,
entry or whatever at 1 minute on down. So I just need to. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, you're gonna have to play with it. You got to put your time in.
Oh, I
See, I don't
will
be on
be
the
for
chart like
sure.
like how I used to, huh? Because
I
I used
said
to be
I
on the chart
definitely will.
steady too.
But I
I don't
mean,
have
that
to be
helps
on.
you get to where you are too, though. I mean, to where you can kind of study it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Hmm. See, I have that edge. That's why 90% of traders they lose. They don't have no edge. I know what I'm looking for. It's all about knowing where you at as far as price action. They don't teach you that.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I be like, you gotta store it up high, zoom out and see where you at as far as price action. Use
Mm-hmm.
premium and discount to help guide you on what button to press. But when you go to that smaller time frame, what type of accumulation, like what is it building up for? Is price building
Mm-hmm.
up to go down, or is price building up to go up? Like you see this right here, like it just where even though it took me out, it still was building up to go what? Even though it already played out, it built up to go higher. You see what I'm saying?
It did, yeah.
What type of accumulation is it on? What is this right here? See, I just building up.
Mm-hmm.
It's building up again to what? Go higher.
It
So you
sure
gotta
did.
you gotta read this price action on a smaller time frame. So even though prices is expensive, like even though it get zooming in. So this where the first buy happened up. So you letting it build up. then catch that expansion. Let
Mm,
it build up. You reading the price section, you know, then catch that expansion. You reading the price section. This might look like a premium sale, but what is the price action telling you on this smaller time frame? Is it
right.
accumulating, go up or down? Yeah, ask yourself. If it's going up higher, let it build up. You can't just get in or you're gonna be trapped money, then catch that expansion going up. You see what I'm saying? We're
I
trying to
do.
align ourselves with big money.
Right.
We're trying to follow them. Not everybody else. Everybody else is trapped in this range right here. We trying to follow big
Hmm.
money because they move price and then boom, there it go.
That
So
is
even
so
though
freaking
prices
crazy.
overall in the premium, hmm, even though price overall is in a premium, what it is, you still can catch these little short term buys in between, but the real moves they sell. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You got to keep in mind. It's all it. It's building back up. What is it doing? Is it building up to go higher or lower? That's your job. You got to figure that out.
Gotta figure that piece out. It makes
Hmm.
complete sense. Absolutely complete sense.
But you understand that? See, I ain't talking. You understand the concept? It ain't nothing too crazy.
Nope.
It's all about knowing where you at and what type of accumulation you see on that smaller time frame. What is
Mm,
it building up for? And you just wait for it. Let it build up. You know. We don't never know when accumulation gonna be done. But if you let it build up, eventually it's gonna break out.
see, that's the
Eventually it's
thing.
gonna
At
sell
least you
off.
know
You
it's
see what I'm
doing
saying?
something. You know it's up to something. So that's when you've ready to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, almost like playing double dutch. You gonna jump in or stay out.
Mm-hmm. That's why you gotta let it build up. That's why I be emphasizing it. You gotta let it build up, even if you lose.
Yeah.
If you lose that trade, it wasn't ready to move yet. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So you gotta let it build up every time.
Hmm.
That's why people be losing so early because they got in early.
Hmm.
They didn't let price build up. They got
Yep.
chopped up in the range. You see this
Yep.
consolidation?
Hmm.
They got chopped up in here. They lost all their money right here. They weren't
Yep.
patient enough for big money to get in. Sniper entry right here. The trade I
Yep.
caught Friday that I sent you, and I trailed it, and then you saw it take me out.
Hmm.
It was right here. I let it build up where everybody else losing. I'm patient. I'm waiting for big money to get in. Let it build up, and then catch it up.
Hmm.
But it's like we guessing on that accumulation being done to catch that move. So I
Yeah.
guessed that I thought accumulation was done because it built up for
It
about
did.
30 minutes. Yeah. You see the time at the bottom
Hmm.
for about 10:50 all the way to you can say 30 minutes. It built up for like 30 minutes. And then I caught it going up. So that's how you gotta, that's how you gotta do that.
I get it. At least I get it. I definitely get it. I have a new lens, a new set of glasses.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a new set of glasses.
But yeah, it
Mm.
don't matter what you trade. But you understand that breakdown though, don't it?
Oh,
Is that
1000%.
easy to understand for you?
I promise you, I have to be taught in elementary level. I totally understood it. I'm so serious, and I know I get it because you provided the visual, so that helps a lot. Just the breakdown as a whole. So that's why I haven't had a lot of questions because I mean you're answering the questions as you go that I have anyway. So totally makes sense.
Okay. All right, so this the last one right here. See how prices is building up.
Hmm.
Oh, matter of fact, let me just zoom out so you can see it. So you see where price came from.
Hmm.
See this blue area at the bottom left. This is where
Yeah.
the bulk of all that buying started from down here. So it went from being that house was like 3 grand, that tax lien property that you wanted to buy, that you saw
Hmm.
online. Yeah, you bought it for 3 grand. Nice. With it. You sold it to somebody for what? If you bought the house for 3 grand
Oh,
and you
it's
did
up
some
there.
renovations to it, you sold them to them for like, you know what I'm saying, 200K.
Mm-hmm.
That's all profit. So it's like saying, yeah, you bought low and you sold that house, you know, to somebody for a premium price. So
Mm-hmm.
now you try to go look for another house again on that website, but that house is like 500,000, and you just, you didn't want to spend all your money on that, that one house, 500,000. You're ready to get it for a cheaper price. So that's how you got to look at this. So you see how it's just
Mm-hmm.
building up in this premium. So say for example, you sold right here, and you expecting price to go down, you know, and you know who we going up against. You ain't take your profit. You remember I was telling you, they wipe the board. They
Mm-hmm.
coming for your entry. You see how prices bought up and took you out.
Mm-hmm. 1000%.
Your entry is right there. You let it go down. It came close to your take profit. It came close to your profit. Take profit area. You ain't take it. You ain't take your $500 and you let it come back to your entry and you lost. You lost
Mm-hmm.
500. You see what I'm saying? That's why
I do.
90% of traders lose. Only 4% of traders they win because they taking a profit when they see it. You see what I'm saying? That's how you
That
got to
makes
look at this.
sense. Yep.
You got to treat trading like a
No matter
business.
what the number
We don't
is,
do
it's
this.
straight.
Yeah, we don't do this for fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to make, take their money out their account and put it into yours.
That
So
part.
you can go buy that, that purse that you wanted or that car that you want to put down on. You see what I'm saying? That's your job to
Mm-hmm.
do. If you don't do that, they're gonna do it to you. You see what I'm saying? You in competition with the next trader.
Mm-hmm.
So you see how it's in the premium. You see this little green box, how it's building up.
Mm-hmm. Once again.
It's just gonna slip out of there. See, it build up and then it just slipped up out of there.
Sure did. Sure
Cause
freaking did.
big money, they wipe the board. They
Mm,
buying it up
just to
just
get
to
you back
what?
out. Get just to jump out. Yeah.
Pull it back down. Yep. Like the board.
They
They
know what
playing a
the
dirty
average
game.
person does and does not have. Like, let's psych them out,
Hmm.
shake them out.
Yep. So it's like you trying to align yourself with big money. And what is this right here?
Which piece?
Remember that big
Oh,
purchase I was telling you about?
uh-huh.
With that one-sided movement,
Oh,
only
that's the
buyers
gap.
were
It
offered.
Yep, no, it's a gap.
So look left to get right. Did that gap get filled in? Yeah.
It sure did.
Did it get filled in the future?
It certainly did.
You see what I'm saying?
It
They're wiping the
certainly
board.
freaking did. That's crazy. That is
And they're gonna
crazy.
do this over and over and over again. But it's your
So
job
it's
to figure
really
out what
nice to
type,
see a gap if you're looking for future trades.
hmm, future for it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm
For
saying? I
future
mean,
opportunity.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, this is going back and forth. So we're just trying to align ourselves with big money every
mm-hmm,
time. But you gotta let price build up first. It ain't gonna just sell up right away because it's in a premium. Price is
mm-hmm.
not gonna just buy up because it's at a discount. It has to build. It has to accumulate enough orders first. Like big money, they
Mm-hmm.
have to trap enough people in the range first.
Yeah.
And once big money is satisfied with trapping enough people, then they gonna move price up to that higher. You know, so it's like saying
Mm-hmm.
everybody is right in this accumulation that's buying. They probably got out early, but lost money. You gotta wait for big money to get in. So that's why I'd be like, you gotta let it build up. Let price build up, and then eventually it's gonna expand and break out.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you're making your money at right here. Not in every time. If it like say for example, price was just building up, and then and it kept dropping down to a discount, to a deeper discount. You gotta let it build up again. Let it build
Yep.
up. It ain't ready yet. You see what I'm saying? If you lose this
Mhm.
trade, it's not ready to break out. You see what I'm saying? Don't get
Mhm.
discouraged because you lose this one. It ain't ready yet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. That
You got
makes
to sit in
sense.
your hands and wait. Wealth is transferred from the impatient trader to the patient trader. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'd be like, it's your job to empty out everybody else, like Warren Buffett and all them. You in
Mhm.
competition with all them folks.
That is
That's what we're
true.
going.
That is very well freaking true.
Same thing up here. It's building up for something. Let it build up in the